how I prepared. Again, Ostrek was so amazing. So first thing I did was like on their website, they have like financing, like they have everything, like again, pinpoint what you need. So obviously I think for me, like I knew since day one this was gonna cost a lot of money. So I was like, what I did was I went through their website and I saw all the ways to finance this because Alberta student loans, like they're not gonna cover fully like everything. Like they'll help out, which they do like mostly, like, but there's still gonna be like a lot like you'll have to like, figure out. So first I did was I actually went to TD because they recommended on their website that you can go to these banks and you can get like, these line of credit and everything. So I looked into that. My parents and I talked about it and we were kind of like, we don't really like I think it's just best. And at that point, I didn't know I got a scholarship. So that's why I was exploring these. But it was nice to go to the bank, set an appointment. I think it's good to know all your options. And that was a really good option. I feel like if I didn't get the scholarship, then I would have definitely did that. Because I think TD is like slightly more than RBC. I think you get up to like I don't know, 250 line of credit or something, which you won't get charged or anything interest unless you use it. So it's kind of good to have for emergency, but it's also like a lot of responsibility with the money too. So like if you're like not crazy like shopping and stuff, I think like maybe don't get it. But if you know like it's strictly for school use, you'll be fine. Scholarships apply even if you're not sure, if you're in doubt, just apply. You never know. Because I never got a scholarship and I didn't even know if I had a chance. But then, and the one I got, I didn't even apply for it. I just automatic applied because I applied to the main one. So just apply, like you never know. Apply to student loans, do it in advance because there's a whole process. Like it'll instantly come through, but they require a lot of paperwork. Like you need to take your paperwork from Alberta student loans and to university and they have to stamp it. Like that's the whole thing. So don't do anything last minute. Student visa. So I don't know if this is true or not, but um I heard like if you're like from a Commonwealth country, like I think I've learned that while I was here, like it's kind of easier to get your visa instantly, where if you're not like citizen, then it might take a little bit more, but it still comes through. So my student visa, it just varies. Like I know from my friend, she's actually studying at Griffin University. She's from Canada as well. Her came instantly within 30 minutes right back. For me, I think it took almost like a month, which was kind of worrying because I think I applied in fall and then I was going to move like in January. So I wanted to make sure I had everything. You won't be able to apply for loans or anything unless you have your visa confirmed. So I think your visa should be the first step. So I applied for my visa. It was really straightforward and easy. And again, all the checklist, everything, documentation is on the OSTREC website. Like that website was gold and helping in everything. Accommodation. This was, I think, kind of the hardest part, accommodation, because it depends on where you live, but I have some family in Australia. They're not in Sydney, but in Melbourne, and they said Sydney real estate is like the hardest because a place will get listed on the market same day inspection, and same day will get like gone. Like, so it's really competitive. There'll be like 50 people lined up. There's a thing in Australia that I didn't know, but you have to be there physically in person because there's such a high demand for real estate rental markets that if you want to get a rental property, they're only going to give you the application link if you show up for an inspection. So it's almost like an open house. Like you go and then the real estate agent will give you a link and then you can apply. So I would recommend like I I went to Australia. My mom came with me to help me settle February 1st, and then my school was going to start end of February. So I went a month before. And I honestly was like, I think that was the best decision because I needed it. It took me almost 3.5 weeks right before school to get my place. There's accommodation on campus too, but I think just depending on your budget and like just explore. For me, I didn't want to live on campus because I felt like the same amount of money I could have got a way bigger place. I do still live in the whole like community area where my school is, but it's like a 20-minute walk, but it's my own place. So I think consider like, do you want to get roommates? Are you good with roommates? I'm like a vegan, so like I can't be with a roommate who's like eating like, like a carnivore because like I'm just not like used to that ever. So just like, are you okay with noise? Are you okay with someone who's partying? Like I think it's so many things to consider because law school is really hard. And I just knew I just can't live with someone. So I had to like, explore and get my own place. But yeah, definitely like come to Australia before. And a lot of students I think get hotels or Airbnb. Again, this is all listed on the website as well. Um, and then I think school, I think it's good to like look at all your stuff, like your courses, your textbooks, um, the month before school if it opens up, because like law school is really hard. And I think anything in life is hard, but if you work hard, like it's okay. But yeah, I think I always knew law school was going to be hard. And it is really, really hard. Like I can't even explain. I think like this past weekend I had 800 pages to like read, like which was like crazy. So I think knowing that and going in, like, it's a big investment and, make sure you have a purpose of why you want to do it because it gets really hard.